Elon Musk's shocking statements in this interview surprise everyone. Prepare to be stunned and intrigued as we delve into the mind of Elon Musk in this captivating interview that sends shockwaves through the tech world. Welcome to this video brought to you by Just Tech, where we will be discussing the shocking statements that Elon Musk made in a recent interview. Throughout this interview, Musk unveils his surprising views on a range of topics, from electric vehicle charging to the future of humanity in space. Buckle up as we navigate the unexpected insights of the man behind Tesla, SpaceX, and more. Watch till the end, and I bet you will feel enlightened. As we journey through this interview, Elon Musk's thoughts on the efficient rollout of EV charging stations takes center stage. His response, considering repurposing streetlights for charging, challenges conventional thinking and highlights his commitment to eco-friendly solutions.
Given all the cars that you're going to make, and I hope Ron's right, whether it's 10 million or 20 million, you're going to need a lot of charging stations around the world.
Yes.
Have you thought about doing it more efficiently and more economically and better for our ecosystem from an ESG perspective? Because you may or may not know, there are 400 million existing streetlights in the world. And every streetlight has pervasive, persistent electricity. You could take some amount of those streetlights, which are half owned by utilities and half owned by cities, and repurpose that. And that would probably be the most cost-efficient way to roll out millions of charging stations all over the world.
Well, thanks. I think they actually are using that idea in London and some other cities. But I think the long-term goal for our supercharger stations is that they all have solar, like Tesla solar and batteries at them, so that they are, as many as possible, are self-sustaining. That the supercharger stations generate the energy during the day, and then also have a localized battery pack so that people can charge at night. So that the Tesla supercharging stations would continue to function even in a zombie apocalypse. Just never know. That's coming one day. We know it. Yes. It's just a matter of time.
Musk's candid anecdotes about living in the factory during Tesla's early days provide a glimpse into his relentless dedication to his companies and their missions.
I was living in the factory in Fremont and the one in Nevada for 3 years straight. That was my primary residence. Not kidding, literally.
Did you keep the couch?
I actually slept in a couch at one point in a tent on the roof, and then, but for a while there, I was just sleeping under my desk, which is out in the open in the factory, and for an important reason. And it was damn uncomfortable sleeping on that floor. And always, when I woke up, I'd smell like metal dust.
We went to visit, and they bought him a new couch.
Yeah. But actually, I stopped using the couch because there's a little conference room and a couch there. I stopped using the couch and I just slept on the floor under my desk so during shift change, the entire team could see me. And this is important because, like, the team, if they think the sort of their leader is off somewhere having a good time, drinking Mai Tais on a tropical island, which I could definitely have been doing and would much have preferred to do. I'm not actually a masochist, I think. But the thing is that since the team could see me sleeping on the floor during shift change, with nothing, they knew I was there, and that made a huge difference. And then they gave it their all.
Click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and join us on an exhilarating journey that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Get ready to level up your knowledge with Just Tech. The discussion on autonomy and its transformative potential in the automotive industry reveals Musk's belief in Tesla's unmatched position in self-driving technology and its implications for the company's future.
So I can't talk too much about our upcoming vehicle program or programs that have not been announced, but we do expect to make cars that are more affordable than the current Model 3 or Model Y. So, and a big factor in this is, But I think by far the biggest factor is autonomy, and in terms of the value of a car, because right now cars get driven for about 10 or 12 hours a week, like maybe 1.5 hours a day, and but there's 168 hours in a week, and so if they were autonomous, the cars could drive for 50 or 60 hours, so you would see a 5-fold increase in the utility of the car, that can do autonomy. This is a really, really gigantic thing. It would also mean that we wouldn't need anywhere near as many parking lots, and this would also be helpful for the environment because you would need far fewer cars.
As the interview delves into the future leadership of Tesla, Musk acknowledges the company's ambitious goal of producing 20 million cars per year, a substantial increase from its current production rate of 1.5 million. He is acutely aware of the need for talented individuals to continue Tesla's legacy, and he points out that top engineering schools often produce candidates eager to join Tesla and SpaceX.
So the focus is on always lowering cost and providing leadership. And this company, we're doing 1.5 million cars a year, but you expect to do 20. And so what happens in 10 years if you're not there? What happens in 5 years if you're not there? How does that work? I mean, are there all these people? So at all the engineering schools, the top engineering schools, the top choice of where everybody wants to work is Tesla or SpaceX. Those two places. So do we have all these people coming up and fighting each other for the job, or they're working together? How do you get people to say, gee, I could buy that real expensive house, but I'm not going to do that. Boy, I could go on vacation, I'm not going to.
Well, we do have that problem a little bit. So, as a company has prosperity, and then people become wealthy, then for a lot of people, that once they become sort of independently wealthy, they just can't bring themselves to work, or they don't want to work, and that's totally understandable and no judgment. And so I have a lot of friends who are extremely talented, and they had some success earlier in life, and they just decided that was enough trauma. One of my good friend of mine saying, like, for starting a company is like eating glass and staring into the abyss. So when people tell me, like, well, what can you do to encourage entrepreneurs to start companies? I'm like, if you need encouragement, don't start a company.
When questioned about Tesla's stock prices and its comparison to traditional automakers like Mercedes-Benz, Musk doesn't attempt to convince anyone to invest. Instead, he highlights the fundamental breakthroughs of autonomy and self-driving technology as the driving force behind Tesla's potential value. He envisions a future where self-driving cars significantly increase in usefulness without a corresponding increase in production costs, creating an economic transformation.
Elon, Seneca once said, every genius has a touch of madness. I thought you'd like that quote.
Well, I agree with the madness part.
So even with Tesla as a publicly traded company, I think it's down 40% or something from its high, is selling at 70 times earnings. Meanwhile, Mercedes-Benz, which now produces EVs, is selling for 6 times earnings and yielding 5%. Why should I invest in Tesla rather than Mercedes-Benz?
Well, I actually rarely try to convince anyone to invest in Tesla. And many times I've recommended people don't invest in Tesla, and I've said our stock is too high, but then people just ignore me and keep buying the stock for some reason. But I think at a very high level, I'd say that autonomy is an insanely fundamental breakthrough, and no one is even close to Tesla for solving generalized autonomy or generalized self-driving vehicles. No one's even close. With self-driving, as I was talking about earlier, the car becomes, call it, roughly 5 times more useful, but it costs the same to build. Now, can you imagine what would happen if a company was doing, we're doing like a 25 to 30% gross margins, but suddenly that same thing was 5 times more valuable? What would that do to the value of Tesla and the value of that car? It boggles the mind, actually. So, you know, if you think of net present value of future cash flows, if you actually do the math on that, it's insane. Then there's also the Optimus program, which is our humanoid robot, where we'll leverage our manufacturing expertise and the intelligence we've developed for self-driving to have a useful humanoid robot. Now, the economy is fundamentally GDP per capita times capita. If you no longer have a constraint on capita because of a useful humanoid robot, it is not clear that there's any limit to the size of the economy.
And with that, we come to the ending of today's video. Before we sign off, remember to subscribe to our channel, Just Tech, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss out on any of our future content. I will see you in the next one, and until then, I bid you farewell.